Love is what this world is made up from, dear one. Love is the stuff that gets compressed into varying forms as the building blocks that makes up this world that you call your home. Love is the physical parts of the atoms and the space in between. Love is the particles and love is the wave. Love is the energy you feel that gets you up in the morning, that flows between you and the loved one. And love is the body you hold when you give a hug. Ocean lapping at your feet. The sun shining down on your face. When last have you allowed yourself to stand with your face turned towards the sun in gratitude? Gratitude for the sun which gives you life force energy every single day. Gratitude for the sun which brings light. Gratitude for the sun which brings direction, which helps you to time your day. Gratitude for the gifts that come from the sun. Every single breath of air you take. Every single plant you see. Every animal, including yourself. How many gifts does the sun not bring purely by going about its business, which is hanging around and shining? In actual fact, if the sun thought it had to go and do something and left its post because it felt there was more to do than just stand there and shine, everything would collapse. Gravity and planets would be shaken out of their orbits. The beautiful, precise balance where there is life on this planet and thriving beautifully would be lost. Sun does what it does so well. Sun does what its only job is in this world. And the sun does what it is exquisitely good at, as it brings forth its light for all to see into this world. As you know, the earth does a beautiful job of turning around and hiding the sun from you all for a little bit of time. Like a game of peekaboo, and then turning back, and there the sun is still waiting for you in all its glory. It is a beautiful game, a beautiful rhythm you have all set up for yourself here, and a beautiful example of the only thing you truly ever need to do in your life, which is to shine in your light. Human beings aren't always so grateful for the sun's light. Often they hide themselves in buildings and don't even see it. Or clouds, normal day-to-day life challenges comes between them and the sun. And they don't see the sun doing its job. They blame it on the sun. The sun hasn't come out today. The sun isn't shining. But you know that can never be true. The sun is still shining perfectly in its spot. It's other things that's blocking out its light, but that doesn't bother the sun. It's enough other spaces, places, to receive its light. And it knows very well too that it shall pass. Clouds will lift again, and it will still be there shining. And some human beings get hurt by the sun shining light. Some knows this well and they manage it. They spend some time in the sun's beautiful light and then some time out of it and then some time in it again. They allow themselves to enjoy the beauty and the gifts of the sun, and they appreciate it. And they know the relationship they have with the sun, and they maintain it well. Others not so much. They are scared. They keep themselves away from the sun's gifts completely. And others have not learned how to take responsibility for their own well-being yet. And as such, they get hurt. Are you starting to see the analogy we wish to bring to you, dear one? Or should we spell it out for you? We wish to invite you to shine your light into the world like the sun. Oh, do go about your daily business. The sun's daily business is hanging around in exactly the same spot it is, in the center of the solar system. And it does move, as you know, along with the solar system. It moves through your galaxy and so on, in a very precise manner. So yes, please do go about your day-to-day business. But start shifting your day-to-day business as the background of your life, and you shining your light as the main. We do not wish to say purpose, because that's not the right word in this context. But the main thing that fills up your life, your main focus of what you wish to bring to wherever you are, let that just be the shining of your light. And let your day-to-day business, what you call your responsibilities, your jobs, your families, let that just be the background upon which you play out this light of yours. And the more you are able to face and shift the clouds on your own inner self that block out your light, not push them away, not deem them wrong and ignore them. You know, a cloud is in the sky, a cloud is blocking out the light whether you pretend it is there or not. Cloud is just doing what a cloud does. And of course it shifts again, it will move. But sometimes you need to be your own wind. Sometimes you need to be the one to stir up the clouds. Even your own inner self at times needs a break from the rain and the clouds and needs some light. Freshen out brighten up, dry up a bit, and then the rain and the clouds can come again. We are talking in symbolism here, and those for whom it is meant will resonate and understand the different parts of this message, because this message speaks in different parts to different ones of you. So shine your light. To shine your light, you have to acknowledge that you have a light, that you are a light, that it is a beautiful thing to admit to your God-given light, that this light is love and true love. True love is everything, and true love is for everything. Remember, the sun shines equally upon you all. You shine your light equally upon all. You do not get to judge who is deserving and who is worthy and who is not. That's not what the light of the sun does. That's not what the light of love does. And we're not talking about doing for others. We're not talking about the love of doing or doing love. We're talking about pure light love energy. We're talking about the pure love of God, God's source energy, that is the essence of everything, that is the building blocks of all you see, that is inside of you and flows through you. And that loving acceptance for all shines upon everyone equally. And if the sun shines upon everyone without judgment, then cannot you bring your love light energy to everyone in equal measure? We are just talking about tapping into this immense feeling of love deep inside of you and feeling it just for a moment until the world's usual day-to-day normal interaction clouds passes over you and through you and around your interaction. You don't have to hold it, you don't have to force it, but just for a moment tap into this feeling of immense, joyful, true, unconditional love. Feel it being there for you constantly, anytime, all the time, inside of you. And feel it flow out of you unstoppably, easily. And just for a moment, tap into that and hold it for everyone you encounter, whether you deem them worthy of love or not. And then you move upon your day-to-day business again. Day-to-day business is there to keep you moving through life. It's there to fill up the days. But start moving your focus towards this immense source of unconditional love, light energy inside of you. Not everyone will see it. Not everyone who sees it will enjoy it. We can't tell you that not everyone won't get hurt. Some might. But they are extremely capable of managing their own side of the relationship, taking responsibility for their own desires, to experience this light or not. You know the sun does not run after anyone who decides to sit in the shade or prefers to be inside a building. Just by shining its light does reach. Of course it does. It reaches through the windows, it reaches under the trees. It reflects, shines up. Now the sun is not running after anyone. In all actual fact, the sun is not trying to direct its sunlight towards anyone either. It is just sitting there basking in its own glow. And many human beings, in your own personal experience and in your historic past, has basked in the glow of their ego. But you know very well that it is not what we're talking about here. That ego self, fearful, survival, hoping I'm good enough self, and God, source, love, light, energy that is inside of you and flows through you, particle and wave, inside of you, from you, and outside of you, through you at the same time. Those are two completely different things. The ego, basking in the ego, and basking in the truth of knowing God's source, love, light, energy inside of you. So tap into that as you go for your day-to-day business. Bring that more and more to your day-to-day business. Know that that is your job, the thing you do, the value you add, the who you are. And let your day-to-day business become the backdrop of your life, and not the thing anymore that pulls you forward, pulls you back, pulls you around. The sun does not feel guilty because there is no clouds yet, and it tries to scurry around to let the clouds be because it cannot. Sun does not feel guilty because it has not yet cleared away the clouds. It honestly and truly does not care. The clouds will clear. Stop doing that extremely silly, debilitating human thing that is slowly killing you all, that is used as the main manipulation method. One of two. I will only speak about this one here. And that is feeling guilty. And as you absolve yourself of your guilt, truly with the light and love of God's source energy flowing through you, absolve yourself of guilt with the energy of love, true light, love energy, completely. There is no other choice as you do it but to absolve others of their guilt completely as well. All others. All of them. If this is something you need to do consciously, absolve yourself of your own guilt. If this is a slow, gentle process you need to take yourself through, Write it down. Burn a letter. Say a prayer. Tell it to someone who is professionally dedicated to doing that. Ho'oponopono. Many, many tools in your society available right now, dear one, to assist you if it is necessary for you to go through a slow, on your own or with your handheld process of completely absolving yourself of all guilt. Always take with you on this path this sun inside of you, and this sun shining on you, and this sun shining through you of love, light, energy, true essence of love, light, energy. This is not a mental process. This is not a mind process. This is not an ego process. This is not a doing the right thing and oh, I haven't forgiven him yet, so now I feel guilty. I have not absolved myself of this guilt yet, so now I feel guilty for not absolving myself of this guilt yet. Silliness. Unnecessary human silliness. If you want to get into a whole mental, philosophical discussion, debate around the purpose and the place of guilt and how it keeps you on preventing others from getting hurt or yourself, justice and all that nonsense, keep it for after. Don't even try to remember what your thoughts were. This is not a mind process. This is not an ego survival process. It's not even a heart process, because the heart can still hurt, and that is okay. But this is a deep essence. Love, light, energy process. And make sure that that is the place you do it from. It is of course possible to just do it all in one foul sweep, to just decide in this moment that right now you abolish yourself of all guilt, past, and that you do not prescribe to the system of guilt anymore. That you bring love to all you do, and that love is enough. And that you bring love to all you have done in the past. Because remember, this moment is the moment in which you do all the things. This moment is the one in which you bring love to this moment. This moment is the moment in which you bring love to all your past actions ever. And this moment is the moment in which you bring love to all your future actions as well. And if your mind is trying to make sense of this, you are going about it from the wrong place in your body. Because your inner self, your love light self, your center, knows this to be true and resonates with it easily. If your mind is trying to make sense of it, you know it is nothing but a sign that you need to shift slightly your point of focus inside yourself, the point from which you operate from outside yourself out into the world. So it is possible to absolve yourself of guilt completely. Just decide. No system of guilt. It's a silly one. And you lovingly do not prescribe to it anymore. And you lovingly Absolve yourself of guilt. Guilt past, guilt present, guilt future, and love. And you lovingly absolve all others of guilt as well. Because you cannot have the one without the other. You cannot have the other without the one. It needs to be a full, complete, universal system that you believe in, without exceptions, for it to be truly embraced in this God love energy and dissolved. And it's not a mental thing, it is a construct that you are dissolving inside of yourself with this energy of love light. God source love light energy. True. Tapping into the true God source love light energy and dissolving this construct. And it might not be your choice whether it's something you do in this moment instantly or something you slowly do walk a path with over time. You will see easily enough as that silly little thing that you humans have created of guilt raises its head again, and then you flood it in God's source life light energy. And so, dear one, we continue. We continue to bring you the message of the love that is available to you, for you, from you, around you, inside of you, and with you. And if you are willing to seriously consider this invitation we bring to you, that your life that you have been making so important is truly, really only there to be the background for the true purpose of your being here to play itself out upon. And your true purpose, your true focus, your most important thing to take into consideration, take care of, be aware of, take responsibility for, all the time, no matter what, is your vibrational truth, the reality of the energy that you are bringing in the moment and to the moment, and that you have much more control over it than you have been able to realize or experience up until now. If you are willing to seriously consider this invitation, this paradigm shift in how you see and navigate the world, then you can step through a doorway that's been in front of human beings for centuries, and yet few have seen it and fewer have opened the door. And this doorway is an invitation into the new earth. It's an invitation into the world of peace and love and acceptance, freedom, joy, connection, belonging, understanding, compassion, that so many of you light workers, so many of you spiritual ones have been longing for, asking for, hoping for, calling for. And now this doorway is in front of you. And how do you step through it? By being willing to absolve yourself and everyone else of this silly human habit, experience of guilt, And by shifting the focus of what you make most important of your life, in your life, away from that which you keep yourself busy with. We're not saying stop keeping yourself busy. We're not saying stop living your life. Stop taking responsibility. Stop taking part. But we are saying move it to the background and make your energy the love light that you bring, the truth of it, because it's not something you can hide or fake. The truth of it. Make that the most important thing in every moment, every connection, every relationship, every interaction. And you, dear one, you who hear this message, you will help to bring about the new earth in a very real, very tangible, practical manner in this lifetime still, for you and those you love and those you interact with. Never before in the history of humanity has it been so close, so within your hands, so practically able for you human beings to shift your world around. Start with your own inner experience. We've given you analogies of how others respond and how it has nothing to do with you. And we'll talk more about that in future communications. Start with your own reality. Start with those close to you. Start with those you interact with. And you'll see how your inner world changes, how the world you experience with those you love changes, and how the world you experience with those you interact with change. And so, slowly, you light up the night sky and the dawn breaks through. But it is something you bring. It is not something you wait for anymore. You have been waiting a lifetime. You have been waiting for lifetimes. If you've been waiting for anything, it is for the time to be ripe. And yet, the shift comes from you. The shift comes from inside of you. And the shift comes from the truth of the energy you carry with you. We are grateful that we are able to bring you this message on this auspicious day. And we trust that you are able to listen to it, not with the mind's ears, but with the inside of you, who knows the truth when it hears it. We love you deeply, and we have much to talk to you about still, and we look forward to those conversations. And so it is.